Radio Play Comics is meant to adapt the stories, mostly, of great unadapted, old and forgotten comics from the past. I use voice acting and narration to abridge the work as much as possible without lessening its impact, and to bring these stories to life the best way I can. Please enjoy. Hi, I'm Nick, and welcome to the Fusion Space for today's episode of Radio Play Comics, Punisher Kills the Marvel Universe. First published in 1995, this is a what-if kind of story set in an alternate universe. A world where Frank Castle's family were killed not by a battle between gangsters, but by superheroes and supervillains. In response, Frank becomes the Punisher and punishes those he considers guilty of creating the world which brutally ended his own. Garth Ennis wrote this story long before he would be given the Punisher as a monthly title, and the success of that run is why Steve Dillon did the art for this cover on the reprint, and indeed why the reprint was issued in the first place. Garth was more known for his work on Hellblazer and Hitman over at DC at the time, as he had not yet had his breakout success with Preacher. But this story still carries his dark wit, sardonic edge, and general disdain for traditional superheroes and the silliness that goes along with them. Although, to be fair to those familiar with standard Marvel canon, perhaps some of the versions of heroes and villains found in this universe aren't quite as invulnerable to regular weapons like guns and bombs as they might be in the regular Marvel universe, making Frank's job possible in the first place. This is one story where you definitely have to just go with the premise for it to work. While this is a dark story filled with the deaths of heroes, there are a few grim laughs along the way as well. And this Frank definitely showcases the cleverness, resourcefulness, and tactical brilliance Garth's version would be known for. Let's begin. Hell's Kitchen. Years ago. A gang of kids bully another on the ground. Daredevil! Get up, Murdoch! Come on, Daredevil! Leave him be. A large boy grabs the biggest bully's arm and punches him. Ah! That's Big Frank Castle! I ain't dangling with him! Run! The bullies run away as he helps the other boy up. Why? I hate bullies. You don't hit them back, they're just gonna keep hurting you, Matt. Only way to stop them. My dad doesn't like me fighting. Says I gotta just ignore him. He's wrong. You gotta get your own back. Now, all units be advised. Major superhuman conflict, Central Park and 5th Avenue. Hold positions. Do not enter the area. Repeat, do not enter. The Avengers and the X-Men fight against a swarm of aliens and ships. Frank speeds down the road in his Jeep. Damn it, Castle, what's the matter with you? They said hold. They said the park. My wife took the kids to the park. The aliens are imprisoned and loaded into a shield carrier. Danger seems to be over in Central Park, where quick and decisive action by the X-Men and Avengers has thwarted the intentions of an alien strike force. The aliens, made up of rogue elements from the Skrull and Brood races, are to be... Frank arrives, screeching to a halt, and leaps over the car door. Frank, wait! Frank! You ripped the park apart with lasers and force blasts and God knows what, and you expect not to hurt any innocents? We only learned of the alien force at the last second. We had no time to clear the area. And this is none of your affair, Daredevil. This woman is dead. Her children are dead. And it was unavoidable in a crossfire like that. Frank finds the heroes and his family. Are you, were they your? I'm sorry. We didn't know they were there. You're sorry? He shoots Cyclops in the head. Frank empties the clip at the rest of the superheroes, killing Hawkeye and Jubilee. Wolverine pops his claws and slashes Frank across his face and armored chest, taking him down. Colossus restrains Logan. Let me go. He killed her. He killed them all. He killed them all. Daredevil is horrified. Frank? Frank Castle? I'm Matt Murdock. I'm an attorney. I don't know if you remember me. The medical examiner has certified that you're fit to stand trial. I'd like to act in your defense. You'll be facing a long sentence, but under the circumstances of your bereavement, and your exemplary military record. Well, I'll do my best to see you're fairly dealt with. Frank has his day in court.
But there can be no excusing the fact that you murdered some of this nation's greatest heroes, and the X-Men Cyclops and Jubilee. For these crimes, Mr. Castle, I have no choice but to sentence you to life imprisonment.
Frank's prisoner transport stops.
We're here, Castle. Move it out.
Exiting, he finds himself on a mountain.
Wait a second. This ain't Rikers. No, Mr. Castle.
Frank is greeted by a man missing an eye and an arm.
It's my home. My name is Kesselring. If you'll come with me, I can explain everything. Hold it.
He removes Frank's shackles.
Or you have something better to do?
He leads Frank inside his mansion.
You are high in the Adirondacks, far from Rikers Island. The two guards in the truck will attest they delivered you there, and computer records will back them up. But thanks to my paying off all concerned, your absence will not be noticed till tomorrow. Money is nothing to me anymore. There was a time when I enjoyed the status and society that goes with it. But society forgot me the day I was caught in a superhero brawl, and Dr. Doom threw the Human Torch at my car. The people you are about to meet are my friends, Mr. Castle. I hope they can become yours.
A group of people sit around a circular table.
Mr. McKinney had a building thrown at him by the Thing. Mr. Krieg was attacked by Wolverine in a case of mistaken identity. Miss Pierce was run over by the Ghost Rider. Miss Dunn lost her parents when the Hulk went on the rampage. Mr. Marcel was crippled by Magneto. And so on. Sometimes they got a mumbled, insincere apology. Sometimes not. Nobody really cared.
What do you want with me, Kesselring?
We want you to punish them. We understand your anger, Mr. Castle. We have felt the impotent fury at the supermen who destroyed our lives, who forgot about the pain they caused, and hid behind their masks and capes and badges. But you dared to hit back. We want them all, the heroes and the villains, the mutants and the monsters. Anything that calls itself a superhuman. We want you to kill them all.
I'd need equipment, funding, data on the targets, and it'd take a long time.
You'd have them all. Justice, Mr. Castle. Justice for the little people, the forgotten men. Will you do it?
Yeah. In the sewers, Venom throws Spider-Man into a wall.
Nowhere left to run, Venom.
We are not amused, Spider.
This ends here, Brock. Give me your best.
The Punisher watches them from the shadows as Spidey responds with a jump kick to the face.
Hold it. Spidey sense is tingling. Something behind me.
Frank deploys his trap.
They're barbed tasers from all directions. Venom, stop. I can't dodge with you.
These little wires won't stop us.
You idiot. I'm not doing this.
The wires electrify both of the combatants, and they collapse. The Punisher machine guns Venom in the face while the symbiote is still retracted. Peter objects.
Stop. Who?
Frank readies his undermounted shotgun.
The Punisher.
Punish? What for? Why us? Why me?
He blows Spider-Man's head off. 'Cause somebody had to be first. The Punisher walks away, his job only just begun. Frank returns to Micro in his battle van.
How'd it go?
It went,
No offense, but, you stink.
They took their fight to the sewers. Can't kill them if I don't follow them. Where'd you learn combat systems, Micro? Army?
Air Force. Got kicked out after both my legs were torn off. Made the yearly medical into kind of a drag. Kesselring snapped me up for his outfit. just like you.
How'd you lose the legs?
Doc Ock broke onto the base. Got mad when I wouldn't give him the missile keys. But isn't it always the way?
The Hulk tears up the street in a rage.
Hulk smash!
The Punisher shoots a tracking dart into his pants.
And now to wait for Hyde to revert to Jekyll.
That night, Frank follows the tracker. Bing, 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 bing. He finds Bruce Banner passed out in an alley.
Huh?
As he wakes, Frank shoots him dead.
Was that?
The Punisher kicks in a wooden door.
Kingpin! Here. Waiting. Right here.
Kingpin breaks his assault rifle.
I took your threat to be exclusively against the superpowered community, Castle. I applauded you. I acquired a stockpile of weaponry specifically to counter their power, for your use. I'd have assisted you with the full weight of my empire.
The large man throws Frank into a wall.
The empire which your internet savages have dismantled over the last 3 days. You've taken everything from me. Now, it's my turn.
Kingpin crushes the gun with his bare hands. Frank draws twin pistols and opens fire.
That won't save you, dead man!
Kingpin wades through the shots and falls on top of him as one of his guns runs empty.
Dead!
The Punisher socks the barrel of the other gun into the fat of Kingpin's neck and fires. The police rush in and find Frank under him.
Freeze! Relax. I ain't going anywhere.
Matt consults with him again.
Why, Frank? What's the point of it? It won't bring your family back. It won't do any good at all. You've got to stop before this hatred of yours consumes you.
Again, Frank is sentenced in court.
And in this court, life means life. Take him away. My contacts within the prison system grow greedier, Mr. Castle. Breaking you out gets more expensive. And you've only hit a few of your targets.
Micro's been checking files for me and gathering resources. I've got the high-tech weaponry I needed from the Kingpin's lab.
And I've got an idea how to speed things up.
Micro flies the Punisher in a chopper.
We hit Latvian airspace 30 seconds ago. The Kingpin Scrambler should be registering us as the Fantastic Four's Fantasticar. Ought to have piqued his interest to let us in this close. But any closer and he'll pierce the image. No, we aren't as we appear.
We're close enough. He won't be expecting me. Get some distance and stand by. You'll be hearing from me. Frank parachutes out over Dr. Doom's castle. 2 broken ribs later. The Punisher lies on the floor before Doom as he bends his weapon into scrap metal.
Puny insect! You are as nothing before the might of Doom!
Doom kicks him on the ground.
You seek to creep up on me? I was tracking your crap the instant you crossed my country's borders. Your subterfuge was useless. I saw you land upon my castle walls. You are far beyond your depth, insect.
He picks Frank up.
Now, pay the price for your impudence.
Frank places a metal disc on Doom's helmet.
What?
He lets Frank go and grabs for his head.
What is it? No, it won't come off. I will not allow this.
Nothing you can do about it. First, the feedback ought to take care of your robot armies. The Doombots outside all explode. To make sure I got the one true Doom, as does the metal disc. Doom slumps to the ground. Magnetic mine won't dent that thick head, huh? That's okay. Frank takes a sledgehammer from the wall. We've got all the time in the world.
Boom, 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 boom.
Soon, the fearsome Dr. Doom is no more. Frank leads Micro in to see Doom's arsenal.
You could take on an army with this stuff.
Think that was a general idea.
He's got microwave guns, lasers, smart weapons, robots. I mean, I think I saw some kind of one-man space shuttle over there. And isn't that a nuke?
Yep. I was hoping we'd find something like this. Doom was right. I am out of my depth. He hadn't stopped to give his big speech. I'd have been torn in two.
You've looked better, I gotta admit.
Kind of people I'm up against. Guns and guts just ain't enough. Let's see what we can do with this equipment, Micro. 'Cause we're gonna have to get sneaky.
The various teams of mutants, the good led by Storm and the evil led by Magneto, have gathered for a massive battle.
Ironic indeed that our final conflict should be played out here upon the moon, beneath this air-sealed dome you have erected, far from Earth, exactly where humanity has always longed to banish us mutants. Was this irony foremost in your mind when you lured us here, Storm? Or did you, in your simple way, miss it?
Ironic or not, you are right when you say this is our final battle, Magneto. For we, the combined X-teams, cannot allow you, Apocalypse, and your unholy alliance of acolytes and evil mutants to continue in your wrongdoing. But it was you who chose the moon as our battlefield, and set up the dome, not us. We simply followed the directions of the challenge that you sent us, and came here.
Why play games at this most critical, most apocalyptic hour, Storm? We sent no challenge. You did. And we followed it.
But if each of us answered an invitation to war that neither side had sent, who...
Wait a minute. What's that?
The nuclear device Frank got from Dr. Doom emerges from the lunar surface and explodes. Micro watches from Earth with binoculars.
Now there's a giant step for all mankind.
Uh-huh.
Time passes and eventually finds Logan trying to drown his many sorrows in an alley by an electrical substation.
Everything's gone wrong these past couple of years. Can't believe it. All my buddies die on the moon, and me in Japan on a lousy wild goose chase. The Avengers get fried in a teleporter accident. Someone floods the vault, drowns every creepo they're holding there. Captain America's supposed to be investigating, but he ain't got zip. I mean, I even heard they found Mr. Fantastic dead in a dumpster. You're breaking my heart. Say what? That kind of talk just might get me riled, pal. I hope so. I had enough trouble finding you. I'm the one sent you chasing shadows in Japan while I did your buddy's runt. Been saving you for a special occasion.
Frank points to the claw scar on his face. Remember me?
You dirty murdering piece of...
Logan pops his claws and leaps at Frank.
Rah!
The Punisher catches him in the neck with a knife.
Not this time, shorty.
You son of
Logan pulls it out and Frank kicks him on the ground.
Not on your best day, Castle. Not in your dreams.
Wolverine springs up, slashing the Punisher's skull.
Rah!
Not as soused as you seemed, eh? Good. Logan pounces at Frank on the ground.
Good.
Who catches him with his feet and throws Logan through a fenced gate.
Whoa. I want you to feel what's coming. Psycho creep. You killed my friends. Killed my friends.
Wolverine stabs the Punisher through the hands and he drops his guns.
They killed my family.
Frank grabs his wrist.
And they said sorry.
And stabs Logan in the chest with his own claws.
And sorry doesn't cut it.
He hurls Logan, claws first, into an electrical transformer. He bursts into flame.
So tell him when you see him.
Wolverine's famous adamantium skeleton collapses on the ground, everything else having been burned away.
He has succeeded beyond our wildest expectations. In 3 short years, he has exterminated nearly 500 superhumans. He has been apprehended by the law only on 2 occasions, and freeing him has been comparatively simple. With Micro providing technical support, no defense can stop him. He has a knack for choosing just the right weapon for any given situation, which is precisely what we did too. Nothing can stop him from completing the task we gave him. Kill them all! Kill them all! Kill them all!
Some of the many faces which often adorned marble covers that have now fallen under Frank's guns are Nick Fury, The Thing, The Human Torch, Ghost Rider, The Green Goblin, Black Panther, The Vision, Iron Man, Gambit, and Jean Grey. Matt counsels Frank in custody once more.
You can't go on forever, Frank. Just because whoever it is keeps breaking you out doesn't mean you can escape your fate. Stop before you cause more bloodshed, either your own or...
Why? I've killed 500 times. I'm a mass murderer. The system failed me, Murdoch. It couldn't protect my family. It couldn't punish the guilty. It can't even hold me. So why do you care?
In God's name, Frank.
Because somebody has to. I'm not stopping, Matt. Never. Forget about me. New York, 3 months later. The Punisher fires at Captain America, but the bullets bounce off his shield.
That's the last of your bullets, Castle. The end of your weapons.
Cap slams the shield into Frank.
Just you and me now.
And punches him through a brick wall.
What happened to you, Castle? You were a soldier once. Now you're a disgrace.
Yes, sir. I was a soldier. But I guess you could say I once had myself a My Lai kind of a day.
A what?
My Lai, sir. Vietnam. Cap looks away. Or have you forgotten the Nam? I know we didn't fight in the same circles. If you had, you'd know to scope out a scene before a battle. Like I did when I stashed this. Frank pulls a gun from hiding and cocks it. You haven't been where I've been at all. So who are you to judge? He blows away Captain America at point-blank range. The secret society toasts their agent.
To the Punisher!
The Punisher! You called me here for this?
To celebrate your achievements. To thank you. To toast your continued success.
And to do a little grandstanding. What I do is nothing to celebrate. I just do it. There's only one target left. Daredevil. I'm taking him out tonight. After that, you'll never see me again. Frank walks away.
Stop right where you are. We saved you from jail. We sent you on your mission. We gave your worthless life meaning. And you work for us. How dare you turn your back like that?
I do what I do for me, Kesserling. Or I did. After tonight, I'm through.
Oh no. Daredevil is far from being your last kill. Yes, he is the last superhuman alive. But more will come. More will be born. They have that annoying habit. Except that you will be there to terminate them, Punisher. Our own private killing machine.
Go to hell.
Stop!
Kesserling pulls out a pistol.
You belong to us. I won't let you walk out of here like this. I mean it.
Frank turns and instantly guns him down. You people have let your pain run way past its course. You're nothing but a bunch of bitter old fools. If I ever hear from any of you again, I'll come back and kill you all. The Punisher returns to his battle van. Last kill, Micro. You get some distance. Don't look back. You've got any sense, you'll find something else to do with that brain of yours. Something worth a damn.
Are you telling me to get a life?
Hell's Kitchen. Now. The Punisher searches the alleys with binoculars from a rooftop, but Daredevil sneaks up and confronts him from behind. Welcome home, Frank. Back where it all began, Not for me. It began for me way uptown in the park, 5 years ago. Hell's Kitchen means nothing to me now. You're wrong, Frank. Maybe you've just forgotten. But this is where it began. Frank turns and fires his Uzi, but Daredevil leaps over the barrage of bullets. He lands, kicking Frank's gun from his hands. Daredevil socks him, then kicks Frank off the roof. He lands on a car, breaking his fall. Daredevil leaps down after him. Give it up, Frank. The Punisher charges at him. Daredevil puts him down with a knee to the head. Please. You've killed just about everyone, Frank. Some very good people, and some very bad people. But people all the same. And you murdered them all. I killed a bunch of arrogant scum. You hide behind your masks, and you think you've got the right to kick the world into the shape you want it to be. And too bad if anyone says different. Frank, somewhere under all that hate and fury, you still know right from wrong. Don't damn yourself by crushing that out. I'm begging you. Daredevil reaches out to Frank, offering his hand. Let it end. Like hell. The Punisher grabs his wrist. Like hell! He pulls Daredevil in close and stabs him in the heart. While bleeding out, he pulls off his mask. Frank? Matt? There's always someone under the mask, Frank. But you killed us all. No, Matt. The Punisher puts his gun to his own head. There's one more to go. The end. Well, I did warn you it was a grim tale, did I not? Still, something can be learned from even a world as dark as this. Even if all we learned is how lucky we are to have the Frank we do in the main Marvel Universe. I am planning an eventual companion piece to this story, a confederacy of dunces, in which the Marvel Universe Frank takes on Daredevil, Spider-Man, and Wolverine, having gotten the better of each of them in individual team-up stories during Garth's run. I can promise you that story will have a lot less death in it, and be a lot more fun. If I were to identify a moral to this story, it's right there in Matt's final words. There were always human beings under the masks on both sides, and the war that the Punisher fights dehumanizes his enemy by its very nature. He is deemed a class of humans to be too dangerous to the rest of the people to be left alive, and we can see at least that much similarity between the worlds. The idea of superheroes going out of control and killing innocent people would be done on a much larger scale later on. It would in fact kick off the Marvel event Civil War, when a team of young and inexperienced heroes tackled a villain beyond their capabilities, and it resulted in an explosion at a school, killing hundreds of students and faculty, and causing the government to then institute strict controls on superheroes, and begin forcing the heroes who complied to hunt down and subdue the ones who refused. The Punisher would eventually get involved on Captain America's side, but he would soon be rejected from Cap's service when he killed a few captured supervillains, basically refusing to compromise his own moral code by letting them live. I do want to note that once Garth started taking Frank's character more seriously during his run writing him, he made it clear that the real Frank would never hit Captain America, even when he was visiting Frank during combat training in Vietnam, and so he also refused to hit Captain America back when he was thrown out. But for this story, the superhero had to go. Well, I guess that about does it for this one, and I hope to see you soon for another episode. Until next time, take care out there, and as always, thanks for watching.